The three main reasons why most men continue to deal with low interest, uncooperative women is number one, they think that's the norm. That every woman should treat me like this. Every woman should have me jump through hoops and walk on coals and climb mountains and perform all these different tricks just to be around her, just to be in her presence. Number two, they think that I won't be able to get another woman of her caliber as far as attractiveness and good looking ever again. So I might as well keep it going with her. I might as well just put up with her headaches and sleepless nights and her bashing me and using me for my money and not giving me what I want and playing all these narcissistic games. I won't be able to get another woman like that. So I've invested so much time. We have some history, so I can't kick her to the curb. And number three, believe it or not, most men can't get women as far as sex on a continual basis. So they deal with 2 or 3 women that they have on their roster or that they're talking to. And instead of getting rid of those women and clearing their deck out and getting high interest women, they keep going with those women. And those women wear them down emotionally, physically, financially, instead of just getting rid of those and dealing with women who actually like them. So I'm going to give you 10 signs a woman has low interest. And if she's showing any of these signs, she does any of these things I'm about to tell you, you need to just let her go. Dealing with low interest women should not be your norm. You don't want to train yourself and put yourself through the ringer, woman after woman, situation after situation, relationship after relationship, because what's going to happen is you're going to think all women are like this, that all women don't like me and all women are evil and all stuff like that. You want to filter out low interest women. When you do this, your time with women will be more enjoyable. It'll be more fun as opposed to being miserable with a low to medium interest woman. The first sign a woman has really low interest in you is if you try to go for a kiss and what she'll do is pull back, or she'll turn her cheek so you can kiss her on the cheek. Or if you guys are hanging out at your place or wherever, you'll try to touch her thigh just to get a little physical, or touch her side or her hip, or put your arm around her. What she'll do is she'll just, turn this way or kind of resist, or just she'll be really closed off and she'll just be really stiff. You want to let those women go, okay? Because what's going to happen is you think, man, I got to work harder. And let's say she comes over at night at your place and you guys are hanging out. And this has happened to me many times. And you got your arm around her and you try to, pull her close and she'll just be really stiff. And you think, well, I'm just going to keep it going. It's just the first hour of the movie and it's 3-4 hours go by and she's still the same way. She's like a statue and she ain't trying to make them physical or sexual happen. The reason why women do this, believe it or not, and it's crazy, is because number one, they have a lot of damage that's built up in the past and maybe some dude has used and abused them. Either way, that's not your issue. Number two, she is dealing with other guys and she just wants the comfort and the just to sit around and get some guy attention just for the heck of it. Also, she just wants to dangle sex above your head. Okay, she doesn't want things to flow. She wants to give you a hard time. She's most likely read books or magazines that said, oh, make him work for it. Keep it from him. So she might really want to have sex with you and get close, but she read some goofy, silly article before she came and hang out with you and says, play this game with this guy. Don't let things flow. Don't make it easy on him. This is how you control him. Okay, get rid of those women. Those are low interest, manipulative women. You only want to deal with high interest women who are all on you, who are excited to be physical with you and touch on you and kiss you and do all these different things. Okay, let her go. The second sign a woman has low interest in you is if you try to get her cell phone number or contact information, or you tell her, hey, shoot me a text. And in exchange, she offers you her Snapchat. She gives you her Instagram, where she says, do you have Facebook? Now, she's doing this for one of 3 reasons. Number one, she wants to scope you out to see, what can I nitpick? What can I find on this guy that I don't really like? Because again, her interest is already low. So she's going to look for other reasons to confirm why she doesn't like you. So maybe you have a shirt on. Maybe you're hanging out with a buddy. Maybe you're doing this. She's like, I don't like that sort of vibe from him. I don't like this thing that he posted. I don't like this meme. So I'm not going to want to hang out with him. Number 2, she just wants you to be her fanboy. She wants a guy who's going to give her validation like a whole bunch of other guys are. Give her likes, give her compliments, and she'll never want to really meet up with you and hang out in person. Number 3, she already has a boyfriend. She has a guy she's with that she sees all the time. Maybe they're living together. And she might find you cute. She might think you're attractive, but she wants to kind of keep it on the low and doesn't want that text message to go off when she's around her main guy, her actual boyfriend. So if a woman tries to give you any social media platform other than her cell phone number, cut it off. She has really low interest. Number 3, you try to set a date up with her to hang out and meet up and get together, but she can never set any concrete plans. Everything is always up in the air with her. She says, possibly this weekend. I don't know. I got to see. I'm busy studying this weekend. I got to work a lot. I work like 8-10-hour days. All these goofy excuses. Any excuse means she's not compliant. She's not cooperative. You let her go. Okay. Remember, you want a woman who's excited, who say, okay, I can get together this day. I get off work at this time, so let's meet up afterwards. I get done work with this client. I get done with school or studying or taking an exam. Let's meet up afterwards. See, a woman who's interested, she might be a little busy, but what she'll do is she says, I'm busy this day, but I'm able to do it this day. Women don't have that many hobbies, okay? They watch reality shows. They talk about gossip. They watch TV. They don't really go out that much. So women have tons of time, okay? It's 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. If she can't find 2 to 3 hours for you guys to hang out, low interest. Don't go for any excuse. Don't try to have her string you along. Also, what women will do is they'll say, I'm not sure, and things will be up in the air. That's because she has low interest in you, but she's looking for a guy who she's really attracted to. So she'll use you as a placeholder. Let's say she says, possibly Sunday, and she doesn't really want to hang out with you Sunday. She's just hoping a guy who looks better than you, who's more attractive, comes through for that Sunday she's free so she can just get rid of you and reject you and just cancel or just flat out ghost you. Number 4, if you guys are hanging out, maybe texting, maybe at a bar or club or just sitting on your couch and you try to bring up a sexual conversation with her while you guys are talking, or you guys are talking about stuff and she's smiling and everything, maybe about life and travel. Do you bring up, so can you last long in the bedroom? Or do you have a high sex drive? Or, what's your favorite position? If you try to switch things like that and talk about something sexual, what she'll do, if she has low interest, she won't go with the flow. She'll just change the subject or act like she didn't hear you. Or she'll say, we're talking about something really inappropriate now. We can't talk about that right now. It's too early, right? If you try to talk sexual with her and she doesn't comply and roll with the punches, low interest. Number 5, and let me ask you guys this question. I've referenced this in a previous video. Let's say you had your dream job. You just got hired. It's your first day of work or it's your first week of training. You're in a 90-day probation window. It had great benefits. The commute was good. The pay was amazing. Would you do a no-call, no-show? Would you not show up at all? Would you call your supervisor and say, hey, I can't make it today? No, you wouldn't, because you want to make a great first impression. You want to stay with that job for the benefits. That is the same way you should view women. If she flakes, if she cancels, if she asks to reschedule, you decline. You don't reply back to the text. You don't call her back. Don't even try to say, so are you free any other days? Don't try to make up for it and plan another day yourself. Here's the thing. I don't even accept a woman's rescheduled day. So let's say she says, hey, I can't make it tonight, but I'm free these days next week. I don't reply back, because the psychology behind that is that she wants to make it seem like, oh, I'm doing this guy a favor. So when you guys meet up, she's like, well, I took the time out of my day. I couldn't hang out with him in the past when we had set the day before. So we hanging out now. And she's going to be around you thinking that, well, so what's up? Right? Like she's just, around doing you a favor. Don't accept any rescheduled dates, any maybe dates, any canceling, any flaking. Let it go. These are low interest women. You want women to stick to a time and a date you guys plan, that she confirms. She says, oh, I'm excited to see you. If she's not enthused to hang out with you, if she's like, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it, I'm going to be 3 hours late, any of that goofiness, let it go. Because I'm telling you, even if you accept the flakiness and you reschedule, you hang out, what she's going to do is she's going to do it again. She's going to play more games. She might show up 2-3 times after that, but then she's going to say, oh, I remember he allowed me to flake or cancel him the first time, so I'll do it again. You don't want to create any bad habits with women when it comes to her showing up and hanging out with you. Your time is valuable. Don't allow her to waste it and just jerk you around. Number 6, she takes a long time to text you back, preferably the 5-hour range. Listen, if a woman is into you, she sees your text message, she's going to hit you right back. Women who have high interest will. Women who have low interest, they're going to intentionally just make you wait. They're going to say, well, this guy, I'm going to put him in the back of the line. I'm going to text who I really want to text. Trust me, a woman's phone is everything. She always has it on her. She has it in her chest. She has it in her back pocket. She's carrying around. She always has her phone next to her. Even when she's in the shower, she sets it on the sink. And as soon as she gets out, she's checking it. Okay. So if she doesn't text you back at an appropriate time, preferably within that 5-hour range, but you replied to a text message, just let her go. She has low interest. Put her on a back burner and deal with women who are going to reply back fast right away. Number 7, and I got a quick story too. She never wants to hang out with you one-on-one, in person, behind closed doors, between 4 walls, at your place or at her place. She always wants to go out or meet you out somewhere. This happened to me one time, I never forget. I was talking to this woman, we was hanging out, and we went out to the park for the first meeting get together. Then we went for a Starbucks coffee, and I'm like, all right, so you want to come back to my place? Let's hang out. She said, oh, I got somewhere to be. I got a meeting with someone. I said, okay. So then she's texting me. She's showing all this high interest. This is why you can't be confused or tricked by a woman communicating with you, because you got to watch her actions. So she texts me, hey, when you get off work, I made some brownies and some cupcakes. I can bring them to you. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. She finally wants to hang out. She wants to come over. We're going to, have sex, hook up, get physical. She said, hey, I'm just going to drop these off at your place. Do you mind? I said, you can come in, right? It's cool. She's like, oh, no, I gotta go hang out with somebody. I got something to do. I'll just drop them off real quick. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So then I'm like, okay, a couple days later, she's still texting me and blowing me up. I said, hey, I'm going to cook some dinner. I'm going to have some wine. You want to join? She says, oh, I don't think I can make it today. She was finding any excuse not to hang out with me at my place in person or even at her place. That's because she wasn't really into me. Her interest was low. And a lot of women can fake it. They can say, oh, yeah, I have high interest. I'm texting you and everything like that. I'm communicating with you. I'm meeting up with you. But I don't want to get physical. I don't want to get sexual. And the reason being is because a lot of women, they know that you'll lose interest. They know that they're not really that interesting. So they say, well, I just want to use him as a friend or a guy who's like a pen pal or a guy who I'm just, hanging out with outdoors somewhere, not in person, together where sex can happen. So look out for these type of women. It happened to me once, and it does happen. If she does not want to hang out with you at your place, at her place, where sex can happen, if it's always during the day or you're around other people, other friends of hers or yours, just cut her off. Number 8, the frequency of her communication, text messages, phone calls, sex, meeting up and getting together and hanging out with you suddenly decreases. I always say, watch a woman's actions, not her words. So you could be together with this woman for 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 4 years, and all of a sudden she stops wanting to see you. Or she says, oh, I can't make it today. Let's say you guys are used to getting together 2 days out of the week, Wednesday and Saturday. What happened is she'll try to flip things around and say, oh, how about we do Sunday instead? Or let's do Tuesday or Monday. I don't think I can make it. And you're like, we've been consistent for so many months and so many years. What's going on? That's because she's most likely seen another guy and she's trying to kind of distance herself from you and to hang out with him or even meet other men. Or you guys text messages go dry. Let's say she's used to texting you every morning and she says, hey, good morning, handsome. And the text messages start to stop, right? And you don't get that good morning, sexy, good morning, handsome for like a week. That means she's losing interest. That means she has low interest. Or let's say you used to her calling you at night just to see how you're doing and everything like that, or before work, and that stops. Low interest. Women are about consistency. They like consistency, especially if they really want to be with the guy. They like structure. So if that structure is being broken or rattled, you know she's getting ready to leave. Or let's say you guys are used to having sex, certain positions, or she's used to giving you head for X amount of minutes or even an hour or two. And she's like, oh, I don't feel like doing that. And you're like, what's going on? You always do that. Or the certain position you guys do and she wants to do things her way. She says, or she's kind of like pouting or getting an attitude with the sex. She has low interest. She's not really excited to be around you. She doesn't really want to please you. And you know, most likely she's going to be out the door soon. Number 9, and this one is for guys who love buying women drinks, tequila, shots, all this other stuff like that. Dude, she has low interest. If a woman comes up to you and says, hey, could you buy me a drink? And you're like, man, she looks good. Oh, okay, I'll buy her a drink. She's not really into you. She has low interest. Now, she'll talk to you. Let's say you're trying to holler at a girl, you're at a bar or club and music's going, you're like, oh, hey, what's up? And then she's like 10 seconds in, oh, hey, can you buy me a drink? That means she don't really want to talk to you and hang around with you. She's not really attracted to you. Her interest is low. So in order to keep her interest high, you have to buy her interest. You have to buy her a shot or a drink. And then when the drink is done, she'll most likely say, I got to go now. Or could you buy my friend a drink? And you're like, okay. All to just keep the conversation going. You don't want to deal with any woman who just comes up to you and you're just trying to have a genuine conversation with. And she's like, oh, buy me a drink. Or and then low interest, just cut them off. Let them go. Stop buying these women drinks. Last but not least, number 10. And remember, guys, watch her actions, not her words. Women can hang around you. They can act like they're having a good time. They can smile. But you know right away, these two things will let you know if she's really into you, if she has high interest or low interest. I talked about sex before in the previous point. Now we're going to talk about money. Let's say you're on a date with this woman, first, second, third, fourth, fifth date. And the bill comes, the check comes. The waiter or waitress says, here you go. And what happens is she turns away immediately. She turns from the bill, or she gets on her phone right away, or she gets up and goes to the bathroom. Low interest. Women can fake high interest. They can go out with you, laugh with you and everything. But when sex comes, it's time to put out, or when that bill or any money or monetary spending comes, what's going to happen is she'll shy away from it. That's because she does not want to participate in their interaction. She doesn't really like you. She has low interest, but she'll hang out with you and have a good time and enjoy the food and the entertainment. But when it comes down time to invest in the situation, what's going to happen is she'll be like, I'll be right back. Or she'll just get on her phone and ignore it and be like, If she's not willing to pay the tip at least, or she's not willing to pay sometimes, low interest. She's just hanging out with you to pass the time. She's not trying to put in work and buy anything and assist you or whatever. She's just there to just be around you, to soak up the food, the drinks, the entertainment. And then after that, she's going to go about her business.